Hi, it's Paul here from Mantra Systems. In this video, we're going to talk about 5 common pitfalls that may be encountered when writing a medical device clinical evaluation report. The first pitfall that people often fall into is not being ready for a clinical evaluation. That might sound obvious, but timing is everything, and because a clinical evaluation looks at so many parts of a device's regulatory strategy and clinical evidence portfolio, in many ways there's little point in conducting a clinical evaluation until the device is sufficiently mature. Having said that, in skilled hands, a clinical evaluation can be a useful way to identify areas of deficiency in a regulatory strategy, but this needs handling very carefully, and definitely do that in consultation with an expert. That's not something that should be released externally. But make sure you're ready before you move on to do a clinical evaluation. The next pitfall is incorrect structure. It's really vital that a clinical evaluation is structured properly. There are some core requirements set out in the MDR and some of the other guidelines, but a mistake people make nowadays is to over-rely on resources such as the MedDev guideline 2.7/1 revision 4, which used to be the go-to guideline when it came to structuring a clinical evaluation, but which unfortunately hasn't yet been updated to reflect changes in the MDR. So if you over-rely on that resource, you won't have a correctly structured clinical evaluation report. The next pitfall is not dealing sufficiently with excluded literature sources. This is a source of real challenge because the MDR requires that when it comes to the literature reviews in a clinical evaluation, you account for every single literature source that was found by your search terms but that doesn't make it into the final report. And because you can sometimes get thousands of results to search terms, that can become extremely laborious without an efficient and streamlined system to handle exclusions. The next pitfall is incorrect use of language and using naked opinions. So it's really important to know how to phrase things in a CER. It calls for objective, third-person, dispassionate language, written scientifically and objectively. And that also means avoiding naked opinions such as a hanging statement that isn't backed up by evidence. So saying something like, this shows that the device is safe, or this is the safest way to do X. That's just an opinion. Anything like that needs to have a reference that can show that the statement is backed up in evidence. So make sure you avoid naked opinions and use third-person objective language when writing a CER. The final pitfall is a lack of objectivity. It's actually very difficult to be truly objective when writing an evaluation about your own device. You want it to succeed. And so on a human level, it is challenging to meet the requirement to give equal weighting to unfavourable as well as favourable evidence. But the truth of the matter is, if you don't get this balance right, it will be picked up by a regulator. The reviewers are kind of on notice to look for a lack of objectivity. And this is one big area where taking on someone outside your organisation to help in the preparation of the clinical evaluation can be a real advantage. At Mantra Systems, all of our medical writers and reviewers are medical professionals who bring an unparalleled level of objectivity and subject matter expertise to the clinical evaluation report writing process. If you'd like to speak with a member of our team about engaging our specialists, then please contact us, or alternatively feel free to attend one of our free Ask Me Anything CER clinics that we run every other Wednesday. So thanks very much for watching this video, and we look forward to seeing you in the next one.